Hey guys, it's Coach with April here. I wanted to follow up. I know a few weeks ago I got some testing done for HSV1, HSV2, and CMV. So I just wanted to follow up with everybody and kind of share my results and go over that a little bit with you. So let me first kind of explain, in order to check for herpes, you can do an array of different tests. There's like about 3 different testing you could do. A culture, which would mean they swab an actual, open sore. A blood test, which is like what I did. And then also they can do DNA testing, which, I'm not too familiar with the DNA testing as of right now, but I do know that it's pretty accurate, an accurate way to for sure know what's going on. So for the blood work, they do, they check for the antibodies that your body has kind of built up from, getting the virus. So that goes for my herpes and for CMV, because your body will produce antibodies when you get a virus, infection, different things like that. So in this case, they're checking my IgG antibodies and my IgM antibodies. And you're probably wondering what the difference is and what that even means. So an IgG antibody, it could detect any past infection. So if your body has built up antibodies over time from kind of the past. And a lot of people, their results can vary drastically. So you'll kind of see my IgG results and it's kind of different. It's kind of different. And the IgM results, that would kind of show a current infection. So I will kind of pull my phone up here and show you guys my results for both CMV, HSV1, and HSV2. So let's see here. And do not mind my chip nail polish. I know I need to take that off and fix it. So let's kind of pull up here. Okay, so my CMV results. Yay. So my IgG levels were 1.50. So as you can kind of see, my doctor put a comment that, it shows the antibodies from past exposure, but not an active infection. So the levels 0.70 or greater means that it was detected. So clearly, my level was a 1.50. So it does show that I have had, this infection in the past. So let's go back a little bit. So now this is the CMV IgM result. So again, she put the same kind of comment, there's no active infection, which is good. So now as you can see, my value was 9.1 and anything under 29.9 means it's not detected. So that's good news. No active CMV infection, which is great news because then I don't feel like crap. So I'll also share this. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure, what the WBC, RBC, all this stuff, is testing. And it's testing my, your blood count and all those different fun things. So I'm really in the middle of everything, which is kind of what you want to be. Now, when you have an active CMV infection, these can be all over the place. So I'll back up. Like I said, I have a crap ton of past testing in here. So I'll kind of back up a little bit and show you kind of my first testing when they found out that I did have CMV. Well, they didn't find out just yet, but when they first were doing my blood work. So as you can see, same type of blood test, but everything was, things were elevated, things were low, they weren't in the middle. A few of these things were kind of normal, but a lot of them were, on the low scale or the extreme high scale. So this one was the one that was majorly concerning. And this was basically my white blood cells were extremely, extremely high. And this is why people, I guess the doctor assumed that I had cancer, was from this test here. So yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick before I moved on. I will now jump up to my HSV test results. Okay. All right, so here's where it kind of gets interesting. And so my IgG results were less than. So there was 22.40. So super, super on the low scale, which means it was not detected. Now, she does put a comment here. The blood test for herpes virus is very low, but positive. So it is still positive, but it's most likely due to the fever blisters I had. Which means, so down here, my IgM testing was 1.21. So it was slightly greater. And again, she said that this is probably from the active, virus outbreak that I had probably about a week or two before I came to the doctor, just to go visit and get a checkup. So the last thing I'm going to show you is called the sedimentation rate. Now, I had to ask her kind of what this meant. Basically, your sed rate is showing like inflammation in the body. So as you can tell, I'm slightly elevated. I'm at a 24. So she does want me to come back in like a month or so just to make sure that this has gone down. And I think it should. She's not 100% positive, but I think the inflammation was probably from the active, outbreak that I had. But we will find out. So yeah, that is kind of that. So I do have HSV1, I have HSV2, and I have had CMV, still have CMV. So I hope this kind of helps somebody out there, maybe, who maybe just found out that they have herpes, or maybe they're not quite for sure. They know kind of how to test for herpes. So if you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. Don't be afraid of me. I am here for you, whether it's about herpes, another STD, HIV, anything like that. Please reach out and, talk with me. I'm here for you guys. And thanks again so much for watching. If you need anything, let me know. Love ya.